What's going on out there, YouTube?
What's up, YouTube?
This is SCL0320.
This is Joe Johnson 030 here. Doing a review on It Follows, the thriller / horror film. Sam, what do you? You want me to start?
No, I got it. Because okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be frank with y'all, YouTube. We're gonna have a small hard time with this review for two different reasons. One, it was actually a really decent horror film. It really was. It was very unique. It didn't even feel nostalgic. It felt ominous. It felt creepy. And from the music to the tone to everything, it was very unique. I don't know if they've done a movie quite like this. But on the other side of that, this also is proactive in promiscuous actions, sensual nature things, sexual connotation, a lot of nudity, and a morality complex that's miscued because of the subject matter. And that's the best way I can articulate that with giving y'all a bunch of bull crap. But I'm going to read the synopsis and then we'll try to go from there. We'll go and talk about visuals as far as this is a film. We'll talk about the betrayals by the actors. And then like we normally do, we'll talk about the story as best we can without spoiling it. So the synopsis is a young girl, a young woman, is followed by an unknown supernatural force after getting involved in a sexual encounter. That sums up the movie perfectly, without spoiling too much. So we'll go ahead and go into visuals. So visually, at first I was looking at this movie and the camera angles were kind of like, really, Ninja? Like, why does it keep on moving like this way and that way? And even the start of the movie, it had this girl and she was kind of running around the lawn and I'm like, this makes no sense, you know? Even the settings of this movie, you can't tell what time frame this is, what time period it is, because everybody that's looking at TVs, the TVs are super old. Some of the cars are super old, but then you got cars that look like they're modern day. You got people that have this one girl, she has this phone, and I've never even seen a phone look like it.
She's a little makeup box or whatever.
And she was looking, it was side mirrors for two different sections, and she was moving it like it was a phone. And I was like, it's a clam. What the heck is that? You know? And so one of the things they do so well is they keep you realizing that this is not a world that you can really comprehend. I think the only subtle clue they did is that somebody said something about being close to 8 Mile or being on the other side of 8 Mile. And that was the only time they ever gave a nudge to where these people were actually at. A lot of the times it was sitting out on the beach. And the weird thing is I've never thought of beach scenes as kind of creepy or scary. Even when I was looking at Friday the 13th, I wasn't afraid when I was gonna see somebody get ripped to shreds or those water scenes in the lake. This is the beach, you know what I'm saying? But there were some scary moments on the beach. There was some paranormal joints that happened on the beach. When you look at this movie, you thinking, looking at the trailers, you're not gonna see anything. People are just gonna die. But you do see stuff actually revolving and moving around. And I was like, yo, I rebuke this in Jesus' name. There's some demonic stuff. But I don't even know what's going on because I don't know the setting of what's going on. And that to me is amazing. As far as visually, as far as the scope, and even just the music. The music was done really well. What was your take on, I guess, the visuals and cinematic wise for it? And I'll give you my number for it.
That's a good question. Cinematically, it was, I liked it cinematically because I felt like it was very different.
Yes. Very
different from any horror movie I've ever seen before.
It's a lot of awkward moments, man.
A lot of awkward, ominous, vibes. And,
felt like Drive a lot of times.
Yeah, it really did. And even the music, the score, if you will, I was like, the score. The score. But
No.
Is that a movie? That's a movie, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
No. I'm just messing with you, man. Go, dang.
But I thought, okay. All right. But anyway, it was different. I was like the first scene. And then was like the introduction scene was kind of like what is going on, but then like introducing the main character, and pretty much her friends, her family, and stuff like that. It was so different. It felt like I wasn't even watching a horror movie, like.
Yeah.
Like, and it didn't even seem like it was being set up for a horror movie, if you will. It's like being set up for like a drama or I don't know, like a teen movie or something like that.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good that they had some originality to it.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, the camera work was very original because there were moments where I was sitting there was a scene where the young girl, like she hears something just crashed into I think one of the windows. And like she was like looking around, and because this creature, she's the only person that can see it, but that doesn't mean things aren't gonna move and stuff like that. It makes it even more scary because from the other people's perspective, they don't see anything. They could just walk past something. Mm-hmm. But then she's kind of going around into the kitchen, and it just faces on her side, and it's like the most like nail-biting moment. Like there were so many nail-biting moments in this movie because of the camera work, and then even like the subtle nudges for the score. And so because of that, I had to give it a 10. Like, I hadn't seen originality like that in a while. But like I said, it threw me off because in the beginning of the movie, it didn't feel like that. I was like, it's just going to be this weird movie, you know, it's indie kind of film. But this might be a cult classic, but just from cinematic-wise in general.
Yeah.
What would you give it as far as the numbers concerned?
As far as, one thing I have to mention too is like the, how they go about like, you know, the climactic scary moments, you know. Most of the time nowadays when you see like a horror movie, they have something like in the shadows or lurking, and then it pops out at you. Mm-hmm. This one, you always see the danger coming. You know what I'm saying? You always see it. Like, and it's just right in your face. But the thing is, what makes it so scary, you can't do anything about it at all. All you can do is run. Yeah. Like, you cannot hide. Like, it's like it inevitable. Follows. It's inevitable. Like, your efforts are futile. Like, and it's just, what the crap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I've seen a horror movie or a thriller like that, man. Where it's just, you see the danger coming and it's just like, it's coming.
It's not gonna stop.
It's coming. It's not stop. It's relentless. But that I really enjoy the aspect of the movie. So on that, I'll probably give like a 9. 9. Yeah.
Okay. So acting wise, to me, this is a really young cast that I've never seen any of, and the same thing happened with the Gallows. I didn't know any of these people, but one of the things I will say is I do remember different names. Like I remember the main character's name was Jay. I remember like the character that kind of put her in the situation, Jeff. I remember like her friends such as like Paul, Kelly, I think Yari. And what was so weird about this is I thought they were all like kin, you know what I'm saying? Like I thought they were like brothers and sisters and joint. And like that was not the case, because there are relations that are had between different people that I thought were like kin. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because they acted very well. They add certain subtle nudges that show that, okay, like Yari is like, I guess, the sister of the other girl. And then, I don't know, actually I don't even know. I ain't gonna sit there and try to eventuate like I know. All I know is this, is that there was a lot of sexual tension between like the different characters, and at the same exact time, I felt like they were staying tight-knit like they were a family. They tried to understand as best they could the situation that was going on, even from the jump. But I could tell that they really loved each other, all of them. But the main character, Jay, like the acting the main actress does, which her name is Yaki Monroe, she does a really good job. Reason why I say that is because we can see something there, but there were scenes where there was nothing there. And she's just pointing and she's looking as though there is something there. Because they basically phase in, phase out, and they show you what other people see, and they show you what she sees. And that takes a lot to act on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like to look seriously petrified and afraid, and to be moving and making gestures like that. And at the same exact time, like, I'm like, man, this is a compromising situation that she's been put in. acting wise and just performance wise. I thought that everybody did a great job as far as their performance is concerned from what they were given. I think that maybe the underrated one was probably like, in my opinion, Jeff, because he didn't have much to go on. And I still don't even know what happened with this situation. Anyway, what did you think about the acting, briefly?
The acting was Jay's character. I think she acted really well.
Mm-hmm.
And the first guy that she was dating,
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff. I think they acted really well. One thing there's like a couple of supporting characters, like the girl with the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
She is like so. The way she acts or her character is, she's so casual.
She's laid back.
Yeah,
she seems real.
She seems like a real person.
Yeah,
like, and it's like she's not even acting. Like someone just caught her on camera and she's just herself.
Yeah, because her character gets shot randomly. Spoiler alert. She got shot, and when the joint went down towards the latter part of the movie, like there's so much going on, it didn't matter. That's the bad thing. It didn't matter. Like she just sitting there bleeding, and like it didn't matter because the situation had gotten so real. They did not know what to do, and like I said, everybody's performance does elevate towards the latter end of the movie. But I'd have to give it, I guess, maybe like 8 out of 10 or 7.5 out of 10 as far as the acting is concerned. We haven't gotten to the story yet, which we're gonna get there. But what would you give a rating for the acting?
For the acting, I'll probably give that for a horror movie. I give it maybe an 8. Yeah. Of course, I feel like every horror movie has this. There are some dumb decisions. You know what I'm saying? There's some dumb decisions.
Well, I don't know if there was.
I think there was.
Well, the reason why I say that is because what are you gonna do in that situation? If you put yourself in that situation, right? Like whatever is coming, no matter what, it's gonna come at you, and it'll go through people to get you. Like, what would you really do? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
I guess all right. We're about to segue into the meat of this whole entire thing.
Spoil it, but
we're gonna have to spoil to a degree.
You'll see what I'm saying.
We're gonna have to spoil to a degree. So, as far as the story is concerned, the story is written very well. It's written well because it's such a situation that is messed up and there's no way out of the situation. But at the same exact time, the villain or the creature, how it kills people, why it kills people, it's really a mystery throughout the whole entire time. All you know is that it can be contracted. And that's where the moral side, in our opinion, is so skewed. Because basically, this girl, her first encounter sexually is with this guy Jeff. And because of that, she contracts this creature, essentially. And like, because this happened, the only way that it can get away from her temporarily is if she passes it on to somebody else. And that's the biggest spoiler that we can say. But the whole premise behind that, it says 2 different things. That the director was like, or whoever wrote it was like, I think the director and the person that wrote it was the same person, David somebody, is that don't be sleeping around. No matter if you're about to get married or whatever, get the person tested, figure out where they are, and you might catch an STD.
Yeah.
Like, it's a possibility that you don't know what you're inviting into you, and even spiritually, like you don't want to put yourself in a situation you don't know what you are really inviting in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it might be something that for the rest of your life you can't get rid of. And to me, that is a big moral of the story. But the other side of that is there's always continuous nudity. And there's always moments where the main character is trying to get this thing off of her. And the only way that it can do that, only way that she can do that, is to have sex with other people.
Basically.
And people that she cares about and loves, people she doesn't care about and love. Like, I swear there was one moment where she went out and did something, I was like, yo, she slept with them. And I don't even know why. Like, it was to buy herself time. And that's so morally messed up. Like, it's literally, you watch the girl from the beginning, she's just this nice girl, just in the pool and stuff like that. People kind of look at her, these young guys looking at her and stuff like that. Really pervy and stuff like that. But she's a morally conscious girl. And then after this encounter happens, like, her whole personality and everything she really sees it just diminishes. And I guess honestly, looking back, the way that it ended, I don't see her being with anybody else other than how it ended up. If that makes sense.
I mean,
but you want to go into the more complex issue that you have with it?
Yeah, like this movie plays off every danger that's attached to like every danger you can think of that would be connected like with sex is in this movie.
Yeah.
Like and yeah, like even the creature that's coming after her was like really twisted. Like I was like, what the crap, you know what I'm saying? But it was crazy. It was a good horror movie. Like don't get me wrong, but just based off that.
You can't recommend.
I wouldn't feel comfortable recommending to anybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of sexual content, and I mean, it's not even that much cussing. It's just the creature comes out naked most of the time.
Most of the time.
And twisted and evil looking, and the way even it kills things is in a sexual way. It's just something that I can't recommend not only to kids. I can't necessarily recommend it to family. For those people that are horror buffs that love a good scare and suspense, this is maybe for y'all. But be conscious of what you're watching because there is a lot of compromising things, and it plays on your moral compass because you find yourself like, man, she needs to go sleep with somebody now. Like she needs to go and like have sex with this dude, like because and then like you even think even further than that. You're like, okay, yo, he needs to go and see somebody else and give it to them, and that's wrong. Like that's so wrong. Like why am I wishing this on somebody else just so this character that I don't even know can survive? You know what I'm saying? Like it's consciously wrong.
And that's the thing too. And the thing it sucks because well a girl been cut off. Yeah, it really sucks what happened to the girl. Even how she gets placed in that situation, but.
Yeah, it's just for us as far as reviewers and as like movie buffs at this point, we can't consciously give this a rating. Like it's a good bad time. What did you say you give it a rating of?
I give it a question mark.
I give it a huge question mark because it questions your morality complex as a human being.
It really does.
And even though the craft is done so well and shot so well, it's so different that it can be, in my opinion, a cult classic. But consciously, I can't accept what is pulling at me. The content, the subject matter is so real that it's bad what these people are having to go through. And so I can't necessarily recommend it. It's a good bad time. That's the only thing I can really say about it. It's the first time I've ever not given a rating for something. Y'all at least seen what I thought about the imagery and the acting, but I don't have a rating for this one. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah. So hopefully y'all enjoyed our review for this.
Yep.
Leave your comments in the comment section below if you've seen the movie or if you're interested in watching the movie after we talked about it, even though we didn't recommend it. Please leave a like if you did like this. And thanks to everybody for subscribing. This is JVS. We're out.
It's JVS, y'all.
Deuces.
JVS Nation.
Horror movies, y'all ain't ready. Descent 3, we coming at you.
That's a real movie.
Nah, I'm just joking.